Let me introduce myself, sir. My name is Rafi Kurniaisani. I'm from Civic Education. Uh, for the first question is, uh, do you know anything about the TNI attack on resident in Deli Serdang, sir?
Well,
Can
for
you?
that questions, okay, thank you for the questions. I'm not really sure about this case. The TNI attacked, let's say, civilian maybe. I'm not really sure. But to be honest, I'm not really. I don't know at all about that things.
The second question is, what's your opinion about this case about the TNI?
Sorry. Would you mind to repeat your question, please?
Bagaimana pendapat Bapak mengenai kasus penyerangan TNI ini? Dikarenakan TNI ini seharusnya harus melindungi masyarakat, namun malah melakukan penyerangan begitu.
Okay, before we continue, I want one of you, let's say, to explain to me first about this case a little bit, in general, what kind of attack and what kind of case about this interview. Some of you can explain to me what kind of, let's say, um, problem or case there in Deli Serdang. I don't know, and I'm not quite what to hear this information before.
Jadi begini Bapak, untuk kasusnya sendiri yaitu ada 33 prajurit Batalion Artileri Medan, di mana eh, warga mengklaim ada ratusan orang datang dalam 3 gelombang. Kemudian, menurut warga sendiri ada penyerangan secara brutal terhadap warga. Kemudian, menurut kesaksian warga itu ada eh, ratusan TNI yang datang ke sebuah kampung di Deli Serdang, kemudian melakukan eh, penyerangan berupa penodongan pistol begitu. Kemudian orang-orang yang diduga TNI itu masuk ke rumah-rumah warga sambil menyebut nama seseorang. Jadi TNI itu eh, sedang mencari seseorang begitu yang namanya itu Ginting. Kemudian eh, kemudian terjadilah penodongan pistol. Nah, warga juga tidak mengetahui berapa yang sedang dicari dari eh, TNI ini. Kemudian warga ketakutan. Kemudian terdapat pelontaran kata-kata dari TNI ini yang secara membabi buta ada yang mengatakan untuk bakar, bakar. Nah, begitu Bapak.
See, I get it. The core of the problem. Let's say it's an armed conflict in situations in community in Delhi Serdang. So back to your question, your second question. It should be the government and the military protect their civilians, their people. It it should be, and it must be to protect them because of what? Because they are, let's say, have a primary responsibility to respect and to protect the citizen. And how, um, let's say, about the situation there in the Serdang, uh, the government should have a solution between this conflict between the community and the military, and in order to get the solutions between both of them. I think that's for the questions number two.
Thank you. To the next question.
Okay, thank you.
Uh, in your opinion, what are the causal factors atau faktor penyebab this case happened to w- the resident in Deli Serdang. In
I
your
see.
opinion,
I see.
how?
What kind of, let's say, the factors and why the problems happen to the society between military and between the civilian? I think there are some factors. Number one, miscommunication between military and people there, miscommunication. And number two, the arrangement of, let's say, the conflict management, how government see this problem, and then they need uh, to have a win-win solution to military and to the people. And number three, and second, management conflict. And number three, my opinions about um, government need to see the real problem, and then they need to make, let's say, some classification what kind of problem in their area, in, let's say, not only Delhi Serdang but in the region, what kind of the problem they need to, let's say, to make a classification. And then number four, what is the other factors, the most important thing, let's say, the military or the what how to say, the TNI um harus menjunjung tinggi, and they have a main duty to protect the civilian, to protect the people. So they need to come back, to return, to see what their responsibility to the people, how to protect them, not to attack the people. So come back to their rules, their what they have, what part of their responsibility, and then doing it, and then protect the civilian, and to find a win-win solution and the best solution for the community, not attack the people. I think that's a few, let's say, a few factors for this problem.
Thank you, sir. For the next question will be asked by my friend. Yes, please.
Thanks, Raffi. Next question. For so what is the solution? Lantas bagaimana menurut Bapak solusinya?
In my opinion, there are some problem solving. Okay, the solutions for the problems. There are some the solutions. Number one, they need to discuss what kind of problem they into it. They need to discuss between military, let's say the TNI, and people, the citizens or the civilian. And number two, there is need let's say pihak ketiga. They need some another, let's say, peacemaker, let's say, to how to resolve the conflict. And then number three, the solutions need to realize what the responsibility between both of them, what kind of responsibility as a community, what the responsibility as a TNI. And then the number four, the solution, how to minimize the risk, how to, let's say, to reduce the conflict in community, and how to doing it. So that's why the government need to make a classifications what kind of problem in this area, and then they need to, let's say, to reduce, to minimize the risk, and then always the harmony for the civilian.
Next question. Fifth question. In your opinion, what impact will this have on the public's trust in the TNI? Menurut Bapak, apa dampaknya terhadap kepercayaan masyarakat kepada TNI?
To be honest, our society, our community really trust and believe with the TNI, to be honest. Yeah. So this is not the only one, the case that happened in specific area. It could be some, let's say, more problems happened there let's say, in our society. But again, our people have their let's say to think about the situation, and then they come back um, let's say for harmony in society. So how to protect the civilian, and then how to make the responsibility for people, and then how, let's say, to build the trust among them. That's the attack more stronger and stronger. No, I'm really sure that our people, our civilian, really understand what to do now. So the impact, yes, there is a problem there, but it is not take a long time. Um, our people and also the TNI realize how to make this harmony between two of them. So it can reduce the conflict feeling and to reduce the conflict situation. So that's I think about the impact. But there are some positive ways about this impact. They know how to react about the situation, about the problem, and then between two of them know how to make a good communication, and then how the government can make some regulations maybe, and then how, let's say, to overcome about the culture or tradition conflict, and then about, let's say, a systematic conflict. I think there is a positive way also about this problem. There's, let's say, that's the impact.
Next question, 6. If it has an impact, what is the solution? Jika berdampak, bagaimana solusinya?
Between TNI and the civilian or the community or the citizen need to sit together. They need to, let's say, come together to discuss about this problem, and then they make, let's say, to make some what, not the policy, but some rules between two of them, and they need to respect the solution between two of them, and then they need to make some identification what and then how the TNI protect and have let's say to approach the people. Then two of them, let's say both of this side, have some knowledge about this what kind of situation they need to face and have a solution the problem of the solution for the problem. I think that's it.
Next question from my friend. Yes.
Okay, yes, please.
Nah, oke, Sir. Tadi kan Bapak udah bilang kalau bakalan berdampak walaupun dampaknya itu tidak memakan waktu yang lama. Terus tadi juga Bapak menyebutkan tentang regulation government atau kebijakan yang dari pemerintah. Nah, dalam kasus ini itu what should be government role? Jadi bagaimana peranan pemerintah untuk mengatasi trust issue atau kepercayaan masyarakat itu sendiri. Terima kasih.
Can you mention let's say to repeat the question, please?
Nah, jadi pertanyaannya, what should be the government role?
The government need to, let's say, to prepare and to make the best solution for TNI and the community. And it is not, let's say, between necessary or not necessary, the humanitarian crisis, but there is some, let's say, helping desk, or let's say there is some, let's say, a delegation need to that people can make some consultation to the government, and then about the trust issue, how the mechanism between, let's say, the government and the TNI, the people, make some cooperation. Let's say the accountability and program between both of them, and then how to enrich the understanding between TNI and the community.
Okay, thank you for explaining. And next question will be held by my friend.
Okay, yes, please.
Okay, the next question is what must be done to prevent this case for happening again. Jadi apa yang harus dilakukan agar kasus ini tuh tidak terjadi lagi gitu, Pak.
Both of them need to understand and realize their position as a community, as a civilian, and position as a TNI, as an, let's say, Abdi Negara. That's need to realize this position and the responsibility. Community need to convey the problem with the good communication to government, and the government can convey that this problem and have a solution with the military or the TNI. And specific, not policy, but specific regulation or specific rules between TNI and the community to respect together with the rules. Yes, that good understanding really need for this kind of this case. And then how to maintain the harmony between all aspects. And again, not only risk management, but the conflict, how to reduce the conflict. That's the main point to avoid kind of this case.
For the next question is from a human rights perspective.
Human
rights perspective.
I see. Human rights perspective. We need to focus on our people. They have their own rights. We need to respect that. It's forbidden to attack civilians. It's break the rule. So from the human rights, it is not, yes, that's not good to attack the people. That's not really good because they are a protector. The duty, the main duty is to protect.
Okay, thank you for your answer, sir. Perhaps the next question will be continue, be my friends.
You're welcome.
Okay, maybe I'll move on to the next question, sir. What do you think about this case from a legal perspective? Jadi bagaimana menurut Bapak mengenai kasus ini dalam perspektif hukum?
Yes. The people who to be provoked make the situation more crowded, make the situation more, let's say, more hard. So, let's say the police, or if we see this from the law perspective, yes, the people who responsibility, especially the people who provoke, they, let's say the TNI or police or the government should call or and then from the from the low area, yes, we have the rules. So society, the civilian, our community, our people need to respect the law. And then from the TNI side, they also have the specific rules, and if they are wrong for doing something, what I realize there are a specific, let's say, punishment for the TNI also. So the both sides have to respect the legal side.
Thank you, sir. For the next question, then, how is this case in the perspective of religion? Kalau tadi dari perspektif HAM, lalu hukum, lalu yang sekarang bagaimana dalam perspektif agama?
Well, if you see this from the religion side, do you think that this kind of problem is about religion?
No, sir, no.
Okay. We hold this answer first. This is not a religion case. Is that right? So if this is not a religion side, yeah, we come back to our individual as a religion person, religion community. So they need to doing this with good behavior, with good communication between all people around them. Religion do not teach us to attack someone, to attack somebody. That's not in our religion. So that's why if we see this from a religion's side, uh, all people need to become tolerant to all, let's say, to all the situation, and how to hold our, let's say, our emotion in order to not to make that the problem more hard, but we can reduce the conflict. And in my religion or in your religion, a good interaction, how to say something with good behavior and respect people and doing your pray, that's part of how to make people to be a good citizen. That part of, I think that's it.
Thank you, sir. Maybe for the next question, we'll continue by my friend.
The last three question will be asked from me, sir. Before we are know that Elvana asking you about the legal perspective about this case. So in this next question, from my question first, my first question is about what law or rules were violated in this case, like that.
What kind of new rules that they should to make?
No, is it like about law or rules were violated? Rules or law were violated in this case.
I see. It could be human rights, violated the human rights section, and it could be the let's say the peace, peace, what? In harmony, it could be violated. If they're doing this, you mean that what kind of factor and then what kind of background for doing this and break the rules, right? Yes. And then if people doing this, let's say about the attack part of civilian, it could be break the rules about what I said previously about the harmony, about the human rights, and then about the what about the people, what people consistently and what in life, in daily life. And then it could be break, or it could be make some problem about the occupation, not in what I mean in occupation is about what their job. It could be disturb their job in the daily life. And then what else? It could be violated the about the job and the harmony, the people harmony, and yes, of course, yeah, break the rule itself. I think
Okay.
that's it.
Okay, thank you. So there is a lot of law and rules were violated in this case, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, mungkin maybe we can move on to the next question. It is so there is saying that there is a lot of law and rules that were violated in this case. Banyak hukum dan juga aturan yang mungkin yang dilanggar tadi dijelaskan. Mungkin for the next question it is what are the sanctions? What is the sanction or the consequence?
Yeah. Punishment if there is a victims from these problems. Number one, punishment, and then number two, let's say not social sanction, but government need to not doing for workshop, but give let's say understanding to the people to the society and to the civilian. And then also the punishment not only for the community or the civilians who break the rules, but also it could be victims appear from this conflict. And then how if the, let's say, one of the TNI person break the rule, there is also punishment for them, for that person. And then punishment for both of them. And then what else? Okay, maybe that's it.
Okay. So there will be the punishment for the people who break the rules, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. The last question from us, sir, it is like, what is your hope for the future after reviewing this case together with us? Your hope, sir, your hopes.
Okay. Years by years, we let's say we can see kind of problems in our society, but during the digital technology right now, in the media social right now, and then how the development of information and technology, it should be part of to make the how to reduce the conflict, and then to spread all loves, and to spread the good communication, and then how to give a comment, and then how to make our society realize how to, let's say, to peace building, and then how to develop our country. That's the main focus for us to, let's say, to reach the same level with developed countries. So that's part of what I hope for this. Let's say we what we start from this case, and then uh, what I hope for the future, and after this, let's say, curing all the problems in our society, so we can reach another goal, another, let's say, prestigious goal in our country. Maybe that's it.
Okay, thank you. So you are hoping that we are all responsible for spreading love, spreading peace to each other, yes, sir, like that.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
right.
Okay, maybe that's all our interview, sir. First, we are going to apologize for all our mistakes, sir, like wrong pronunciation, wrong English words, or thank you very much for your time, sir. We are really appreciate your availability. Thank you very much. That's all for us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ya, terima kasih atas perhatiannya semua. Mudah-mudahan sukses untuk perkuliahan Anda ke
Amin.
depan, dan mudah-mudahan selalu melakukan yang terbaik untuk bangsa ke depan. Salam untuk Bapak Ibu dosen di sana.
Siap, Pak. Terima kasih banyak, Bapak. Sehat-sehat
Baik.
selalu, Bapak.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih.